Our next step is to calculate the mean deviation. The mean deviation is also called the mean absolute deviation, and that's probably a clearer way to call it. And it's the arithmetic mean of the absolute values of the deviations from the arithmetic mean. Wow. How do we go ahead and find that out? Well, first thing I like to do is clean this up a little bit, make a little bit of room, because we're going to be using a few more columns. So what I've done is I've highlighted a few extra columns. We're going to go ahead and right click, hit insert, and we're going to shift the cells to the right. All that's done is just moved everything over a little bit. First step that we do is we need to add a column of the mean. So the x bar, also called the mean, was what? It's over here, 91.9, and we want to put that down for each observation. So if we just double click on the right bottom corner, Excel nicely places that in for us. The next step that we do is that we're going to subtract the x bar from each individual observation. So we are doing x minus x bar, which is our observed value minus our mean. So all we do is we put in the formula of our observed value minus the x bar. Do we need this column? No, not really. You could just type in 91.9 for each observation or for each calculation cell here, but I like to put it because it makes it a little bit clearer when we go through and look at all of this. So we get a negative 82.9. And again, double click the bottom right hand corner and Excel puts the calculations down for us, and as you can see, it changes the cell references because we didn't use the dollar signs to put a fixed cell reference in there. The next thing that we do is we take the absolute value of the calculation we just calculated. How do we do that? Well, we could go in and retype everything, just taking out the negative signs, but Excel has a nice function called equals ABS. Hit the tab, click our cell, hit enter, and it does it for us. Again, double click on the bottom right hand corner, and when I'm doing this double clicking here, I am not using the control key. I'm just double clicking without anything being pressed. So once we've selected the absolute value or calculated the absolute value, the next thing that we have to do is we take the squared differences. Actually, let me backtrack. We have to sum the absolute value. So we get a sum of 1406.8, and the next step that we take is we divide the sum by n. If you remember, we divide the sum by n. The formula is the absolute value of x minus x bar divided by n. So we can take our sum and divide it by our n, which we know is 30. And our mean absolute deviation is 46.89333333. Depending on how wide your cell is, you may see some more. You can also reduce it down to a reasonable 4 decimal places if you'd like. So you can go ahead and just type that in, 46.8933, or you could just do a cell reference to that point and you'd get it as well.